Hello there carpologists, I'm Joe and today we're going to be taking a look at these rods. These are the Longbow X45 DFs, which are 100% made in the UK. X45 in relation to the compression zone, and the DF is Danny Fairbrass's initials. So this is a combination of years and years of expertise in rod building from Daiwa and then Danny Fairbrass's experience as an angler chucked in together to create these incredible rods. Now I'm going to be using these rods for the next 48 hours on this session, which isn't too much of a change for me because I own Bezier X45 DFs, so very similar rods, but these are slightly cheaper. So I'm interested to see what features and sort of capabilities these have with them. But my first impressions are incredible. I used these probably a couple of weeks ago when I did a review of the Daiwa emblem reels, and I had them mounted onto these rods, and I was casting out pretty decent distances and also clipping up to sort of snaggy areas, and I was hitting the clip, hitting those sort of locations and little spots very, very accurately and consistently. So very, very impressed with them then. And again, translate into this session, I've been clipping up to an island spot, which is, I think it's just over 17 wraps in a bit of a wind, and I was hitting that clip perfectly. I've got that on film as well, so I'll show you. That's the one. Oh. Beautiful. Now the reason that these have such great casting capabilities is because a lot of the technology used in the higher end Beziers have now been transferred down into the longbows. Now the X45 element of it is to do with how the carbon is weaved to completely eradicate twisting and warping during the cast. So wherever you're pointing your rod and casting your lead is where it's going to go. Now other elements of the rod which help you cast further include the minimum 4 guides, which are lightweight. You've also got a 50mm ringing pattern, and there's a really fast taper and recovery, so when you're whacking your leads out really far, the rod will spring back to straight position very, very quickly, so that the line coming off your reel can fly through the eyes with minimal resistance. Now the capabilities of these rods are incredible, but the looks are also something to behold. The silk matte low glare finish is topped off by the Profile's NS shrink tube handle, metal butt cap and trim rings, and the custom build finish throughout the rod. And lastly, your reels fit comfortably in the Fuji DPS reel seat. Now these rods come in a variety of test curves. You've got the 12-foot 2 3/4 all the way up to the 12-foot 3 3/4 carp rods, and you've also got the 4 1/4 and 4 1/2 test curve spod and marker rods. But there's also one more absolutely beautiful rod in the range, which is the 12-foot 2 1/4 pound test curve floater fishing special. Whew, that was a lot of test curves to get through. But anyway, I loved using that over the weekend. I had the joy of using it on a couple of local day ticket waters to me. We had the beautiful bank holiday sunshine, so it's perfect for floater fishing. And I'm not kidding, it was absolute joy to use. Getting out the surface controller alone, casting was wonderful, and then playing the fish. So you had the backbone to get them in the sort of the more butt section of the rod, but the tip section was just soft enough to cushion the lunges and that when they're in the margin, because if you're using smaller hooks like a size 10 or something on a long hook link, sometimes that could be the dodgy time of landing a fish, but it just cushioned all of those lunges under the rod tip, but also had the backbone to get them in. So absolutely lovely rod. So there we go, the latest Daiwa Longbow X45 DF rods. I'm very hopeful of putting these rods to the test during this session, but for more information, please visit the Daiwa website. These RRP at a starting price of £245, but I'm sure if you shopped around, you might be able to find them for a little bit less. So cheers for watching, and I'll see you again soon.